Have you heard of sadistic online exploitation? This is not like traditional grooming where offenders online are looking for sexual gratification. Neither is this an online trap to empty bank accounts. This is different but as dangerous, if not more. So who are the perpetrators? What is their modus operandi? What is their motive? How do they select their targets or victims? And where and how is this happening? Let's connect the dots. Imagine a game being played online where boys groom girls and then force them to perform serious acts of violence. This is happening in Australia. Vulnerable children, particularly pre-teen and teenage girls, are being hunted, stalked, and drawn in by perpetrators using online networks. The perpetrators are often young men in their late teens or early 20s and largely from Western and English-speaking backgrounds. They recruit girls through gaming and messaging platforms like Roblox, Discord, and Telegram. They manipulate and coerce them into carrying out violent acts of serious nature on themselves, their siblings, and even their pets. They target girls with low self-esteem, girls who feel alienated or have mental health disorders or a history of self-harm. Some of their victims have eating disorders or other attributes that lead them to seek connection online. The perpetrators describe themselves as crime-fluencers. Many of them hold extremist or nihilist beliefs and want to hurt people for fun or to be popular online. In a twisted type of gamification, perpetrators reach a status or new level in their group when they provide more content showing more extreme acts of depravity and sadism. In some cases, perpetrators trade their victims with each other, just like an online game. Once traded, a new perpetrator can control their new victim. So what are the Australian authorities doing about this? The Australian Federal Police, or the AFP, has a new police commissioner, Chrissy Barrett. Barrett says these crimes represent a new and disturbing front in traditional gender-based violence. Under her leadership, the AFP has started a crackdown. She has announced the formation of a specialized task force called Task Force Pompullet. It is composed of experts in cybercrime, counterterrorism, and child protection. This task force aims to identify, disrupt, and dismantle such decentralized online criminal networks exploiting Australian youth wherever they operate and however they hide. Here's what the crackdown has yielded so far. The AFP has identified 59 alleged offenders associated with these networks in Australia. It has made 3 domestic arrests of young men aged 17 to 20 years. Additionally, 9 arrests have been made internationally through partnerships with law enforcement agencies in other countries, including through the Five Eyes Alliance, under which Australia coordinates with the US, the UK, New Zealand, and Canada. Such international collaboration was needed because the networks are widespread, decentralized, and have significant cross-border links. Beyond arrests, the AFP is working with education departments and other agencies to prevent victimization and raise awareness about this emerging online threat. Additionally, the AFP is working with technology companies to develop an artificial intelligence-based detection tool that can detect emojis and Gen Z and Alpha slang used as code in encrypted communications and chat groups. This prototype aims to make it quicker for the police teams to save children from harm before it's too late. AFP Commissioner Barrett says these offenders believe they can hide behind the anonymity of the internet but will face the full powers of law enforcement. At a broader level, online abuse that targets children is rampant in Australia and around the world. The Australian Federal Police-led Australian Centre to Counter Child Exploitation, or ACCCE, recorded a 41% jump in online child sexual exploitation reports in the 2024 to 2025 period. This only highlights the ongoing severity of these crimes. Cases in Australia have included grooming, live streaming of abuse overseas, and sharing of exploitative material. More than 80,000 reports of online child sexual exploitation were received in recent years, where girls were disproportionately affected. Similar abuses have also been widely reported internationally. An estimated 300 million children become victims of online sexual exploitation and abuse worldwide every year. Various platforms like social media and messaging apps are exploited by offenders to groom, coerce, and abuse children. The complexity and scale of this issue have prompted coordinated law enforcement and community responses involving national and international partnerships. But given the enormity of the challenge, much more needs to be done with greater alacrity. In the present case of Australian girls being brainwashed to commit serious acts of violence, the alarming rise of decentralized online criminal networks targeting vulnerable and impressionable minds is worrying. It exposes the sinister evolution of gender-based violence in the digital age. Such heinous abuses represent a modern scourge that needs to be handled with a combination of stringent law enforcement, counseling, and technology support before more lives are irreparably harmed. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.